All right, guys, we are live. Episode 2 of the podcast. Controversy sells. Who's hyped for it? I'm hyped for it. So, today, as you can tell by the title, we have Does Buffalo have the best food? Now, that's very controversial. Most of us here right now live in the Buffalo area or New York or are from the area. So we're a little bit biased, but we also have some people that live outside Buffalo and in other parts of the country, such as Chris, as we all know. So today, we have some guests. We have William, Austin, Adam, Chris, Brent, and Julia might be showing up a little later. But today we are also missing Eli and Joseph, who couldn't make it today. So I redid some of the overlays and everything with Chris's help and a few others that had a few suggestions here and there. Added obviously the individual webcams so now everybody we can see them on screen instead of just me, which is awesome. And I turned up the audio so now you can actually hear the other people in the background. So if you guys want to leave any suggestions in the comments down below, you can go ahead. Um, Thank you for today's sponsor once again, Born Again Buffalo. One team, one goal, one body. Visit their website at zazzle.com/bornagainbflo. So, without further ado, let's jump right into all of them. So, first up in the middle, we have Shaylin. Then we have William on the right side. Right underneath William is Adam. Then following that, going clockwise is Austin. Then middle bottom is Chris. And finally, Brent in the bottom left. All right, so let's do a little introduction for the new people on the podcast. Shaylin, want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Shay.
Ah, okay, you are Shay. William, you're new to the podcast.
Yes.
All right, nice introduction. Adam.
Yes, hey guys. So yeah, I actually did some with Logan. We did some sports like remember the thing at IG Lab we did like those
Oh, yeah.
reactions and those things we did that. So we've been a little bit
hmm
on some podcasting over the internet before.
Yeah, Adam and I used to do some podcasts when I worked with the Buffalo Fanatics over the BF
Mhm.
game room. Did a lot of
Yep.
draft stuff, so that was a lot of fun. But that was obviously a couple years ago. So now we're switching into a whole different topic. We will get some sports topics, and Adam will be on here in future sports-related stuff as well. So next, moving on to Austin.
Yeah. Well, there's not much about me other than basically I was Logan's roommate for 3 years, Shay's roommate for a year. So I've known him all the way since college. But
Ah,
other than that, not
oh,
not a whole lot to it.
oh yeah. So Chris and Brent have been here in the previous one, I should say, and we're gonna continue the bonfire series later once we get hopefully Aaron involved in a little bit more. But first, let's just throw the question out there, guys. We'll go around that same order that we did to introduce ourselves. Do you guys believe that Buffalo has the best food, Shaylin?
Hmm. Well, I'm biased because I don't really travel anywhere, so there's some decent food here.
Decent food. All right, I'll mark that as a yes. William.
I know Buffalo has the best wings.
Oh, they do have absolutely fantastic wings. I don't know if you guys tried Barbell, but Barbell has superior
That's
wings to everybody else. All right, Adam.
uh yeah, I believe Buffalo has pretty good food, especially like a lot of the local like the local places that people are making instead of like national chains. A lot of people are doing new businesses, are doing like breweries, they're doing
Mm-hmm.
adding different unique restaurants that we haven't seen before, different cultures. So I think it's pretty growing over the years since Buffalo has been expanding a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, Austin.
Well, I'd say that there is definitely a good amount of wing spots around. You know, Duff's has got some good wings. Bar Bill's definitely had good wings. There's a lot of good pizza joints out there. You know, you've got your fast food places like McDonald's and Burger King, which are always a go-to at late night. You know, Chipotle's out there. You know, some people think it's overrated, but
Yeah.
I'd say there's a lot of good ones out there. You know, there's Ellie's too.
All right. What about Chris? What does he think? He is the mega out of towner.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Buffalo chicken wings, hot dogs, and French onion dip, but there's nothing like a good Mexican, authentic Mexican taco down
Mm-hmm.
here in Texas.
Oh yeah, I
Barbecue as well.
100%
You
believe it.
can't beat it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brent.
I don't really know if Buffalo is the best. I'd have to say New York as a whole because I think New York City pizza is very close, if not better, than Buffalo for pizza.
That is true.
You've never been to New York City.
I have not, but Shaylin loves New York City, so we'll get into that in a little bit once we start going into a topic of outside of Buffalo stuff. But let's go into our first topical list here, the pizza. So I got a whole list of Buffalo foods that are just unique to the Buffalo atmosphere. So I'm just going to read off the list here and we'll go into discussing them further on. So we got pizza, a lot of different pizza places around here, all different styles, good stuff. Some sweet sauce, some traditional. We got chicken finger, all that good stuff. Loganberry, that is one of the things that's really only around here. Pizza logs, beef on whack, bison dip, blue cheese, sponge candy, the word pop instead of soda, Mighty Taco, Tim Hortons, Duff's and Anchor Bar, and food trucks. And we also have a lot of different festivals around here that specialize in different cultures. Obviously, Buffalo, huge Polish, huge Irish, huge everything. So we have a lot of different cultures around here that a lot of places don't really get. As Chris mentioned, there are very, very, very few authentic Mexican places up here, and it's not really authentic compared to where he is, but it does give that good mix. And we are next to another country also, like Chris is in Canada, so we get a nice Canadian culture in that Tim Hortons and poutine and all that good stuff. So let's go into the pizza. Now, what are your guys' favorite selections of pizza? Starting with Shaylin again. If your mic is not working. All right, just unplug it, plug it back in, see if that works. We'll go on to William. What do you think, William?
So I personally like the meat lovers pizza. Personally, in my opinion, based on my experience in Buffalo, I don't think that their pizza is the best. I personally think that my area is a lot better when it comes to pizza, particularly with the pepperoni. I don't like the cup pepperoni. I like the flat pepperonis. Um, but yeah, plus also the sauce is a lot better in my area than it is in Buffalo. But again, that's my opinion. Um, but yeah, I don't think that the buffalo pizza is the best.
So we do have input from the chat as well. Buffalo chicken style pizza for Eddie. Yeah, buffalo chicken pizza. One of the best. Anything chicken finger pizza. Love it. Adam, what about you?
Uh, I like definitely because it fills you up less is the thin crust pizza style. Like my whole family goes for that, but I pretty much like any toppings. Like to create my own pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just had a good pizza. The first time I tried it, it's on Niagara Falls Boulevard with my buddy a few days ago. I think it's called the Pizza Shack in North Tonawanda. It's off the
Haven't heard of it.
boulevard. I actually had their Hawaiian pizza, and it was thin crust, but I like different combinations, unique ones, but definitely probably thin crust is probably like my favorite style pizza.
Yep, thin crust, brick oven. Those are my
Mm.
two favorite right there. We have a local joint called the Pizza Oven by me. Best pizza I've ever had from there. Nice and thin. Like you get a pizza, like, normal triangle pizza. Like, let's just say this sucker's as long as my laptop right now that I'm using. Super thin. You could eat like five of those suckers and not even know it. So Austin, what about you?
Well, I'd say I'm pretty basic. I'm just a meat lovers kind of guy when it comes to pizza. But two places that I probably ate pizza at the most out there was Blaisdell Pizzeria and I guess Ellie's. But I mean, they were pretty good. I've had some good pizza there. There was one place that we ate at when we went out with Shay too. Can't remember what that place is called.
Forno Napoli.
Yeah, their pizza's pretty good. It's not like 100% the greatest in my opinion. I think it's a little overrated, but it is definitely good. Kind of a good experience to have that flatbread kind of style pizza eat with your
Absolutely. Couldn't read the menu because it's all in Italian. So we just got the same pizza every single time we went because that's the only thing we know how to pronounce. So Chris, what about you for pizza?
I'm a classic cup and char kind of pepperoni kind of guy. Whoever said flat pepperoni, you're 100% wrong, and you just have to accept that. But
I like it. I like it.
my
Controversy already, and we're only 10 minutes in.
my favorite pizza would be the chicken finger pizza from
Uh-huh.
Sonny's.
Sonny's. Oh, I haven't had a Sonny's
definitely
pizza
sounds
in a
good.
while.
Uh-huh. Pizza in Texas here, awful. Don't recommend it. 0 out of 10. Don't even try. Just get rid of it.
Might have to
That's
see a
unfortunate to
reaction.
hear.
Hardcore cardboard is all you're getting.
Oh, it's like
You'd
that
think
school
Texas would
pizza on a
have some good
Friday.
pizza.
Nasty.
Mm. All right, Brent. What kind of pizza you like?
I mean, the best pizza I've ever had before is definitely Imperial. It's
Oh,
in South Buffalo.
yes. Had it
Their
once.
pizza is
It's good.
actually so popular that they actually ship it frozen worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, every single UFC watch party, every single game night I've had at my house, I always get the party sheet pizza from Imperial, and everybody who's come over has never complained about it. So, yeah,
Yep.
it's my favorite.
It definitely is. I've had it, I think, once or twice freshman year of college. Other than that, the only time, every time I really had it was Brent's watch party that he had. I think, what was it, a year and a half ago, 2 years now, for a UFC fight that got copyrighted on my YouTube channel.
It was actually it was last May.
Oh, it was only last year. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, Shaylin, is your mic working? No, still not working. You might have to leave and come back. So pizza out of the way. Another thing that don't worry about the background there. It'll fix itself once he rejoins. Um, I'll see if he can rejoin. There we go. I don't know. Is it? It's not working still. So I don't know if you want to type your responses in chat or something, Shay. But yeah. So we'll move on to the next topic so we can just keep this train going. The next topic, Buffalo. What is it known for besides wings? Besides pizza logs? What is the drink that screams only Buffalo? Anybody got any clues?
The only thing that I never heard of until I got to Buffalo was Loganberry.
Mm-hmm. All right, William guessed it right off the bat. So, anybody like Loganberry?
What is
Logan.
Loganberry? I'm sorry.
So, Loganberry,
It's a berry.
it's a berry. It is a berry
Very
that is
good berry.
found in Crystal Beach. Um, it's all I know. I think it's like a mix between two
Makes a delicious
berries,
drink.
but it is excellent. It's the drink. It's a go-to drink when you go to Mighty Taco. That's all I know. Um, so we'll get into Mighty Taco because again, it's another Buffalo thing. So William, have you ever had Loganberry?
I have not.
Really? They had it at our school.
Yeah, except I never tried it. That was the one thing I kind of wish I did was just take like a little, even just like a little sip of loganberry just to see what it is, but I never got interested
Ah,
at the.
yeah. Shay, you can type your comments whenever, and I'll just read them out loud, so you don't have to like wait for me to ask you. But we'll move on to Adam. Adam, you like a loganberry?
I love loganberry. I get it all the time at my taco, or just pick up a pack of bottles of them at the store, grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And they might have different brands. I think it's like I don't know. It doesn't.
Aunt Rosie's, Crystal Beach
Yeah,
are the two most popular.
Yep.
yeah. And is there also doesn't Johnny Ryan's do it too? Niagara
Yes. Yeah.
Falls.
Yeah.
I think they do. I had a pack of that. That was really good too. But definitely the handcrafted ones out there, like out in like there is pretty good in Niagara
Mm-hmm.
County. Like they make a lot of good ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So Austin actually has a secret combination that he does for his loganberry when we were in college. Austin, go ahead. Explain it to him.
Um, I can't remember entirely because I wasn't in the most clear state of mind at that point. But I think it was usually either Loganberry or like Sprite or Sierra Mist or something, or it was Loganberry and like Pepsi cherry
Yep. It
because
was
they
the
mixed
cherry
really
Pepsi
good
and the
together, and
loganberry.
it just created a nice taste. It was almost like a Loganberry, but like with a little fruit punch to it.
Yeah, got that sizzle, got that pizzazz, if you know what I'm saying. Goes right down the throat just like how we like it, right, William?
No.
Okay. Chris, you're a big Buffalo guy that likes Loganberry, I heard.
I enjoy good Loganberry every now and again. I'm an Aunt Rosie's if I'm gonna drink it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that I miss or could live, can't live without. I mean, it is a good drink. It's nice, refreshing on a summer day, but
Ah,
not as good as people say.
yeah. And Brent.
See, the funny thing about Loganberry is my past job. I used to work for Buffalo Car Care, and I had a really bad. I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad. I had a habit of going to Cusimano's on my lunch break. It's a diner here in Lockport. Not really
Mm-hmm.
a diner. It's kind of like a family-owned
Used to be
like
the,
restaurant.
yeah, it used to be the old Andersons.
Yep. And every single day on my lunch break, I would get a grilled chicken sandwich and a medium loganberry
Ooh,
every single day for 3 years. Never got sick of it.
jeez.
Love loganberry.
Yeah, so Shaylin also just commented, Shay, if you want to move over to my YouTube chat so we're not filling up my Discord and having 1,000 notifications pop off. So open up that. But he said that he hasn't had Loganberry in quite a while, but does remember it being good. So I also have a hard time finding it like at local stores, so like Crosby's and stuff. They don't really tend to carry Loganberry for some reason. I don't know if you guys are also struggling trying to find it. Chris, do you have Loganberry down there?
Not even close. Nothing in the vicinity.
Do you have a drink that we don't have up here besides like standard Mexican drinks?
Not particularly. I mean, Dr. Pepper's king down here.
Mm-hmm.
That's about
I do like it up here.
all everyone drinks.
Can't
Dr.
argue with
Pepper and
Dr.
Snoopy.
Pepper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ah. So, Julia is trying to join. So once we or she joins, I'll have to transition the feeds again, but we'll continue talking everything while I transition everybody so we don't miss a beat. But next, we're gonna save the wings for a little bit. Let's talk about some pizza logs. So, from my understanding, William didn't know what a pizza log was. What did you think a pizza log was when you first heard it, William?
Well, I mean, it's like how I predicted that pizza would look like a log. I mean, it's very literal, but when I was first introduced to it, it was again my freshman year of college, and I went through the dining hall, and the people were saying that these are pizza logs, and I was looking, I was like, this is actually cool. So I took a couple, and I was like, oh, all right, this is not bad. And then yeah,
Do you dip it in sauce?
I don't think I've actually I might have done marinara sauce.
That is the preferred sauce. Shay, whenever you type in, uh, Brent, I can't send the invite because she's already in the Discord, so it'll just invite her back to the Discord, and she's already in the Discord. So all she has to do is open up the Discord app. And I don't know if you want to FaceTime her real quick or something. Um, Adam, what about you?
I love pizza logs. Obviously the original Buffalo. See, are they Niagara Falls built made out there? Or like
I'm not
I think it's off the
too
airport.
familiar. Yeah, they had like a kind of how the wings were made up here, so it was like I think like an accidental type of make, but yeah, they are local, and they're
Mhm.
delicious.
I had them at the Bills game, and I went a few months ago, and I also get across from my work at the Family Sheridan Diner. They got really good ones too. So it's in Amherst, right off the 290. So if you guys want to go there, and go try some, they got some good logs there.
Ah, yeah, yeah. So Shaylin just commented. He says pizza logs are great, good to have with marinara sauce. Not sure who in Western New York that makes them good though, but he's looking to find out. So that could be one of our adventures coming up and potential vlogs. Going out searching for pizza logs. Hmm, exciting stuff. Stay tuned. Austin, do you like pizza logs?
Oh yeah, they're good, but I'd say that most of them that I've had they lack like enough cheese, or like the ones we used to have in college. I used to try every once in a while off the line. They were never warm enough. They were always like kind of like a little
Soggy.
warm,
Yeah.
not like hot. Like I want it like fresh out the oven warm.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's a good pizza log. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, I do like them.
Yeah, fresh out the baker's pit. Chris, pizza logs.
I'm gonna change your guys' life real quick. You get
Okay.
those pizza logs, have them dipped in just like the hot wings in buffalo sauce.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh man,
This man is
that'll
a
get you going. That will
Might have
get
to
you
try
going.
it. Might have
Ponies
to
does
try.
it the best.
Really?
Pizza logs from Ponies dipped in their mild sauce.
Huh.
Life changing. Nothing
Yeah.
like that down here.
Wow. Yeah, we'll have to get into ponies in a little bit, of course. Shaylin also says that yes, they could use more cheese. My guess, it's kind of hard because of the breading, and if you eat too much cheese, it might turn into like, mozzarella stick, which it's not. Um, Chris, where is like do you have like a good buffalo place by you, or do you have to like go out of ways to go to
There
like a
is
buffalo bar?
there is a place called Buffalo Brothers here in Fort Worth
Do
that
they have?
does buffalo inspired food. They do not have pizza logs. They sell Salmon's hot dogs,
Oh,
which are
yeah.
impossible to find down here. But
Uh-huh.
their chicken finger subs are like cubed, chopped up chicken. It's not like the
Oh,
chicken finger that we know of. So yes, it's a buffalo inspired place, but it's not a true
yeah,
buffalo
it's not
style food.
buffalo. It's not us. It's not who we are. It's not who we represent. Brent, if Julie just wants to join the chat, she can also join the chat and participate as well, instead of trying to figure it out, and we can try and figure it out next podcast before we go on air. But Brent, what about you for pizza logs?
Personally, not a huge pizza logs guy, mainly because I'd say the past like 4 or 5 times I've eaten pizza logs, whenever I bite into them, I get a giant squirt of the sauce that comes out the other end, and it either comes out on my shirt, on my
Mm-hmm.
pants, on my freaking arm. It's
Yeah.
either the grease or the sauce. It always squirts out the other end, and I just can't do it. So I never eat them.
Yeah, and depending on when they were freshly made or not, could burn a little bit. But
Yep.
yeah, yeah, definitely when you crunch in it because of the shell. I don't know how familiar people are with the pizza logs that aren't in the podcast right now, but they are in like a hard shell. So imagine looks like a mozzarella stick, but instead of like
They're
that
fried.
softer breading, yeah, it's a little fried, more crispier, kind of like the outside of a pizza crust. Hence pizza logs. So you bite into it, obviously it's gonna break, and some of that juice that Brent was talking about might squirt a little bit on top of you. Whether you like that or not, it's not desirable in that case. But yeah, pizza logs are awesome. Couldn't keep a straight face during that one. Um, so Shay says that he's gonna have to try some of that dipping sauce recipe that Chris gave out. So let's move on to the next one. Beef on weck. So I'll go first on this one. Beef on weck. A lot of people, what the heck is a weck? Well, it's a Kummelweck roll. So it has like a little bit of salt, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I hate the salt. It's disgusting. I just rub it all right off. But all it is basically beef sandwich, like, roast beef sandwich. That's all it is on a different type of roll. You put some horseradish on it, and William also doesn't know what horseradish is, so we'll get to him and he'll explain to him or not, he'll explain what he thought horseradish was and all this and whatnot, even though it is in a SpongeBob episode that we all know, and we all know that it is also not an instrument. So, Shaylin also commented, before we get to William here, that there was a banquet that provided pizza logs to one of his high school events. He forgot what it was, but they were good. Um, he doesn't like the bread that they use. Eddie says the salt is bad. I agree on that. But what is worse is the black seeds on the rolls. Yes, the comic book rolls, I don't like them at all. The black seeds, it's too salty. I just wipe it off. So, William, do you like beef on whack?
I don't have an opinion because I never had it before.
Have you ever had a roast beef sandwich?
I think so, probably.
Have you ever had like sliced beef,
Yes.
like a steakum
Have you ever
type of
been to
thing?
Arby's before? Have you had an Arby's sandwich?
No.
Like, okay,
Really?
well, now
No,
we have a
I
problem.
never go to Arby's.
Okay. William, explain to the people what horseradish is.
Um, well, it's it's kind of referring to the SpongeBob thing, which horseradish is not an instrument either. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is it something green? I mean, I forgot. I honestly forgot what I said.
You are very close.
Green?
Horseradish is not green, it's white,
Yeah,
but
say green is wasabi.
wasabi is just
Wasabi is
spicier.
technically a horseradish.
Yeah, it's just spicier
Yeah,
horseradish.
got horseradish in it.
It is not like what Tomater said, it is not green ice cream. So don't eat it. But horseradish, wasabi, basically the same stuff. Just one's a little bit more Asian, as Shay would say. He wouldn't say that. I said that. But moving on to Adam. So, Adam, your opinion.
Yeah, roast beef. Yeah, I've actually had a bunch of places. If you really go for it, is actually there's like a lot of local places. Like I was at O'Neill's yesterday, out Orchard Park by the stadium, and they have like their weck and wing combos. It's pretty popular.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, having that also, but dipping in with it too as well is au jus. If you get like the French dip sandwiches
Oh,
as
you have the
well.
sauce. Yeah, the
Well,
gravy sauce.
if you
Yeah.
want to get more softer, and if you don't like the salt, you can just dip it on jus, which I like
Mm-hmm.
too, and that's pretty good as well. But yeah, roast beef is really good. I buy roast beef sometimes, and I go out a few times a year get roast beef sandwich at a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and tender for sure. Charlie the Butcher's, they're
Uh-huh.
really good.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
the
they're really
meats.
good. Yep.
So, around my area as well, we have a place called Wagner's,
Mm.
and they have what's called the Johnny. You get beef on a wick sandwich and 5 wings. It's called the Johnny. You guys got to try it. Look it up. It's amazing. It's a Buffalo culture all in one. Austin, what do you like about beef on whack?
Well, can't say everything, even though I'm tempted to, because I don't like the seeds on the buns either, and a little bit of salt don't bother me, but I try to get the seedless buns if I ever buy roast beef and stuff by the pound. But yeah, beef on weck is definitely a top tier sandwich.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, can get a little dry here and there. I'm not a big fan. If people are having it like
Exactly.
at a catering event, sure, I'll scoop up some meat on, a plate, but I'm not gonna take that roll. I don't roll with the roll. But does Chris
I do
roll with the
find them
roll?
dry.
I do. I enjoy a nice beef on wick sandwich with some provolone cheese and the au jus sauce on it, as you would say.
Ooh.
It's not something that I specifically would go out and find, but like you said, if it was at a graduation party, which was very popular for a very popular graduation food, is beef on wick. I mean, I'd definitely snag one and sauce it up, but not something I say I'd miss out of that area.
Yeah, so we'll take a short break real quick while Julia is in. So everybody, let's say hi to
Work.
Julia.
Oh, hey, it worked.
It did work. So I gotta figure out who we're missing. We are missing Austin right now. So let me add Austin. We'll continue the round table. Julia, say hi to our new guest, and if you feel like introducing yourself again, you can go ahead.
Hey, I'm Julia.
Yes, this is Brent's girlfriend, in case Adam and everybody else is wondering that is new to the podcast. So Brent, we left off with you.
Yes.
We're on the beef on wick subject. Do
Beef on
you?
wick. Beef on wick is good. Unless, and this goes with every single meat.
Mm-hmm.
Beef on wick is good if you don't bite into the cartilage, because any meat, it could be chicken, turkey, roast beef. If you bite into cartilage, it just makes my feet curl. So roast beef is delicious as
Mm-hmm.
long as it doesn't have any of that cartilage in there.
Definitely valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Wait, who are we missing? We're missing Chris. I'm putting Austin on here for some reason. All right. All right, Julia, you missed out on a little bit, but we'll catch you up on first beef on wick. Do you like it? Do you not like it?
If it's well made, yes. If
Ah.
it's not well made, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about the roll itself? Do you like that?
Oh, Kennewick, no, disgusting.
It
Has to be a
absolutely.
plain roll.
Mm-hmm. So we also started off first with the pizza around here. Do you like the pizza around here?
I think that also depends on where it comes from, because there's definitely a good variety around here.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite around here would be Imperial.
Ah, yeah, as Brent was stating, it is a top choice for a lot of people. And for those of you who haven't tried it, go try it out. Now, for the pizza, do you like thick, thin, stuffed, and toppings? What kind of toppings?
I like a thicker crust. I like it well done, so it's like crunchy. I don't like soggy
Absolutely.
pizza. Um, Toppings, I'm pretty standard. Like if I'm eating just like cheese pepperoni,
Mm-hmm.
but I also really like pickle pizza, and that
Never
has
had that.
like it has like bread dip as the base, and then
Oh,
it's mozzarella cheese melted and like dill pickles. Super good if you like pickle.
we'll have to try it sometime. Maybe a challenge video.
Yeah.
Put some hot stuff on it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, I'm down for that. So going into some liquidation topics, do you like Loganberry?
No, too sweet.
Ah, all right. So let's not beat that bush any further. Obviously, she has a feud with Loganberry. Pizza logs. What about those?
Um, they're like little lava volcanoes for your mouth.
Little lava
Um,
volcanoes for your mouth. I like it.
your mouth. Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, they're okay if you don't want to eat a full slice of pizza.
That makes sense. Makes sense. So I think we are basically caught up for that. Now, we all like chips. Most of us like chips, I should say. But most places don't have that sweet little something to dip your chips in, that big glob of goodness that you have in a nice football game. We like to call it bison dip. And not because, buffaloes are bisons or anything, but that's just the name of the game. Now, William,
Hmm.
do you know what bison dip is?
Can I take a guess?
You can take a guess. And don't say it's dip from a bison. It's not.
No. Is it the buffalo wing dip?
It is not. That's actually a good guess. But no. It is actually a chip dip, like that you put like regular Lay's wavy in. Lay's wavy chip, like the Ruffles, but Lay's. Yeah, it's a white type of thing. Comes in a refrigerated container. Looks like, a cottage cheese container, but chip dip. It's sour cream and onion goodness. You dip it in there. Oh, it's good stuff. Austin, do you like it?
Oh yeah, I used to eat it all the time with they got to be the wavy chips, just them plain chips.
Mm-hmm.
Doing something wrong if you're just eating it with plain chips. You got to use the wavy chips to get a little bit extra dip on the chip. But
Absolutely. That's why they're called
Yeah,
dipping
all
chips.
sorts of dips are good.
can I say something?
You can say something, William.
It sounds like what you're saying, what we say. I mean, I didn't know it was a buffalo thing. It sounds like French onion dip is what
There
you're
you go.
explaining.
He's got it. It is. He got it. Nail on the
There
head.
you go.
French
Okay.
onion dip. Now, Shaylin has commented. He says it's a great go-to dip for events parties with a good old sour cream and onion chips. Yes, you got the French onion, you got the sour cream, putting them together. Whew, as we all know, my favorite topping on a lot of things is onion. I don't like sour cream, but who cares about that? If there's enough onion, whew, balances it all out. Adam, do you like this stuff?
I just had it with my buddy on Sunday watching the March Madness, so yeah, I eat it all the time. And I also had it on a chicken wing sauce too as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
spicy.
mixed with
I
mixed,
like it.
mixed with some hot sauce on it.
So, got a funny story about Adam and chicken wing, not chicken wing, chip dip. So, I host a Super Bowl party every year at my house, and a couple of years ago, I invited Adam and Shay over, and Adam, I don't know if you remember this, but you were eating some chips with dip, and let's just say you had a little bit left over on your face, if you know what I'm saying. That's all I gotta say about the dip. So I don't know if you like the dip that much, or you're saving a little bit for extra, but hey, that's all you. That's all you, man. But yeah, that's Adam loves that stuff. He saves it for later. And Eddie has also commented, pizza logs rolls dipped in bison dip is the best. See, now we're just getting into the nitty gritty buffalo stuff. Adam, would you ever dip your pizza log in a bison chip dip?
Uh, I don't know what that. Probably do it. Maybe like a blue cheese, maybe. But if it was marinara, but I don't know if I would do for like French onion
Yeah, it's a weird
or bison dip.
combination.
Yeah.
Now, that's where we stir up this controversy and we're selling it. We're going to take that controversial topic and make it rational. But that's not a rational topic. I'm sorry, Eddie. You lose there. Just kidding. Julia, do you like chip dip?
Um, yeah, I'd say so.
Do you have any particular favorite chip that you like to dip your chip?
Um, I like a good old kettle chip, like
Oh,
kettle cooked
oh
chips.
yeah, the extra crunchy stuff. I do like the
Extra
extra
crunchy,
crunch.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Extra stabby too, yeah.
Absolutely. You don't want to get the sharpened corners in the wrong angle in your mouth, and next thing you know, you can't pull a tooth out. But Austin, chip dip?
Kind of chip dip.
The French onion bison, the regular.
Yes. I feel as though you just asked me this question not
Did
that long
I?
ago.
I don't know. We're all out
And
of
I
order
just said
now.
yeah.
Ah, my bad. Chris, you're up next. We all
I can
rearranged spots
actually
on my podcast screen that I'm looking at, so I don't know where I'm at.
I can actually still get bison dip at that Buffalo Brothers that I was telling you about. I
Hmm.
do enjoy it, but I'm a little weird with it, and I understand this is weird. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I use the purple bag of Doritos, the sweet chili Doritos in there,
I had that bag
and
today.
that gets me going.
That's what I had for lunch today. But it is. Not gonna lie, I dig that combo, Chris. I dig it. I would actually do it. I might have actually done it before because to me, anything goes in that French onion dip. Like, that's just take the east side of Buffalo, make it into a dip, and that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brent, do you like the east side of Buffalo?
The east side of Buffalo?
Yeah.
I work over there quite a bit,
Oh.
and each time I go over to the east side of Buffalo, my coworker always tells me to lock my doors.
Ah.
Yep, yep.
So, I guess you fancy the dip.
Yeah.
All right.
Bison dip is really good. Funny enough, I actually have three cases of it downstairs in my fridge.
Wow. That's a lot.
Um, yeah. My brother bought one, my mom bought one, and I also bought one. My favorite combination is good old salted pretzels with
Oof.
the bison.
That is
Ooh,
good. That
yeah.
is excellent. So, next topic.
BG, I call Cap. I'm sorry. You always eat your chip dip with the scoop Fritos.
No,
Fine.
that's buffalo chicken wing. That's not bison. Fact check.
I trust the fact check. That was a quick one.
Somebody go get the bell because it's going to get started in a little bit. So, on to the next topic of dips. Maybe some sauces, maybe dressings. Blue cheese. Now, for you guys out of town here, it's not actually blue cheese, like blue colored cheese. In fact, it's actually spelled BLEU cheese. And it's not blue, though. I don't even know if it's cheese, to be honest. I know it's mold, but is it really cheese? Now, we're going to start in a new order because I don't want to get lost again. Chris isn't in first. Chris,
Oh, here we
what is
go.
it?
I didn't study for the test. Blue cheese, excellent. Only thing you're allowed to dip your wings in. If anyone else says something else, they're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Calling y'all out right now.
It's Buffalo thing. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Uh, Wings, blue cheese. That's it. Pizza, blue cheese. Nothing else.
Yep.
But very hard to come by down here.
I imagine. Yeah. So my parents were recently in Florida, and they went to a Hooters down there. And the woman asked what kind of sauce they would like. Would they like ranch with their wings? Well, we're from Buffalo, New York. My dad just looked at her and shook his head, and she's like, "Yep, you're from New York. I'll bring out the blue cheese." See, they know us everywhere. We are strong by our blue cheese. We stand by that, except for the people that are, of course, allergic to cheeses and dairy and stuff like that, lactose intolerant.
That's
Brent,
still the only answer.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, blue cheese. You rocking?
Blue cheese. Yeah. The funny thing about back to what we were talking about before, my favorite type of dip is chicken wing dip, and I only make my chicken wing dip one way. Most people say you use ranch.
Oh no.
No, no, you have to use blue cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I I'm a big fan of the blue cheese.
Yeah, so one of the other guys here, Eli, who's been in a few of my videos and stuff, used to be my duo partner back in Fortnite, way early seasons. Roommate in college, same with a couple of these other guys here. He makes an awesome chicken wing dip. Now this man, he doesn't live in Buffalo. He's from Rochester area. But let me tell you, he makes some good food. He's a big man too, so he knows how to eat it too. All right. So we'll wait on Shaylin's response here, but we'll go to Adam. Adam, blue cheese?
Yeah, blue cheese is my favorite, for sure. For like especially doing chicken wings or anything else. But I would say the best homemade blue cheese or store bought. It's rare to find it here, but is Rudy's blue cheese probably the best.
Rudy's.
Rudy's Rooties.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's made in Buffalo. But that's probably the best blue cheese I like. But at the homemade restaurants, though, I'd probably get the homemade ones. That's the
Yeah.
best. Like the like especially ones like the craft ones, the ones you get at the store. I'll get them if I can find it, but obviously they're the cheap ones. But I'd go for the more home style made blue cheese for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you like Ken's?
Ken's is good, the chunky is good, but I'd prefer Rudy's.
Ah. So
Yeah,
you're a little bit of that connoisseur, it sounds like. In your blue
yeah.
cheese, do you like straight up kind of creamy, like liquidy kind, or do you like that nice chunk of mold right in the center of it where you can dig
I
around it?
go for the full chunks.
All right. Yeah, that's a style right there. Get that extra fungus going, growing inside you. Austin, what about you?
Oh, blue cheese is superior. If you're putting wings in a sauce or you're putting pizza in a sauce, you put it in anything other than blue cheese. There's a special place for you in a special locked building, but there is no other exception.
Good
Ah,
answer.
It's the go-to.
William?
See, I didn't like blue cheese till again I got to college. It is a thing around my area, but it's not like a big thing as far as blue cheese. I'm sorry, blue cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as like the wings, because again we have very mediocre wings around here. People go either way as far as like ranch or blue cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and obviously most of my life I've done ranch, but then I never tried blue cheese because again I'm very picky eater. But then when I started to get into blue cheese, and again it wasn't until I got to Buffalo, I was like, damn, I'm missing out on this.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing about out of towners. They're missing out on everything that we're mentioning right now and going to mention. But then again, we're also missing out on their sides of stuff. But that's where we get in that controversy of who's missing out more. So Shay says that he hasn't had any in a while, so he doesn't really know, but he says it's good. And Eddie says that we're all nasty. But Julia, do you think it's nasty?
Nope, I am very much so a fan of blue cheese, but only Rudy's. Rudy's
Ah,
are homemade. Like I don't go any other way.
I like it. I'm not too particular. Like, I guess, I don't know. I don't really know how to put it. Blue cheese is blue cheese to me. I'll take it.
No, see, some brands like Ken's, they're too pungent. They're too like sour. Rudy's has like a nice like creamy without being too cheesy.
Ah, yeah, it's kind of like coleslaw, you know. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people gotta have a particular like style of it. So I totally understand it. But coleslaw is a whole different topic, and we're not going to get into that because a lot of people don't like it. So we'll get in the dessert type of stuff. Sponge candy. Now, for some of you guys that don't know what sponge candy is, again, this was new to William as well. William being a very out of towner, it's not like his fault that he doesn't know what this stuff is. It's just it's not out there. So sponge candy, little square chocolates with like a spongy material inside. A famous flavor is the orange sponge candy. It's an orange chocolate. Believe it or not, not oranges covered in chocolate, but orange flavored chocolate. That it's kind of like a sponge, but it's also like a cake. I don't know how to explain it, but Brent, how would you explain it? I know you're a big fan of this stuff,
Of orange chocolate?
of sponge candy.
Oh man, you get the two together. The best part about sponge candy, it tastes like you're just biting into a nice piece of styrofoam. Um, it just sticks to your teeth too, and you can just feel the cavities just soaking in. Oh man, it is so good. I orange sponge candy is the best way to go.
Uh-huh. So I'll let you guys decide if that guy was being sarcastic or not. But Shaylin says that he hasn't had sponge candy in a while either, so he doesn't know. I also haven't had it in quite some time, but I'm not a big fan of it. Chris, are you a fan?
Just like Brent said, it reminds me of biting into styrofoam, and I cannot stand the touch, the sound, or the feel of styrofoam. I just can't do it.
Ah, sensory skill issue. All right.
Can't do it.
Now, speaking of skill issues, William,
Hmm.
do you like sponge candy? Have you ever had it? And do you know what it looks like?
No, I have no clue.
Okay, that solves that one. Adam.
I don't have it too often, but I don't mind it. But I do like, yeah, like especially my favorite probably is the orange sponge. I like the texture of it because it's soft. Like you get that crunchy, and then you get the soft spongy at the end. It kind of melts in your mouth. That's why I like that type of candy for the sponge
Mm-hmm.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like it's not too popular, but maybe it will be in a little bit. Julia, do you like it?
I like it and I respect people who know how to make it because I've had to make it while I was in culinary school, and it's a pain. And it makes sense as per why there's only some areas who can produce it because of our humidity. It's really a science that goes into making it.
Oh, wow. Did not know that. That is actually very interesting. Huh. That makes sense. Obviously, a lot of different cultures, foods, they need to have that environment to be able to make certain products. So I guess that does make sense. Austin, do you like sponge candy?
Yeah, I definitely do. It's not something I have all the time, but I've got a bag of sponge candy like above me that I just got recently, so I do like it. It's something you got to be careful eating because, just like Brent said, it's definitely like a cavity filler. It'll give you cavities if you don't take care of your teeth.
Yeah, it'll definitely give you that good old wazoo. Don't know what that word means, but I made it up. So, going down the list of nice cavity fillers, pop. So we'll go around the table first.
Boy,
What do
I
you
can't.
guys call it? Austin, what do you call it?
I've always called it pop. That's just how I was growing up. You know, it's everybody called it that, and I know the actual name of it that most places pronounce it by is soda, which is completely fine with me. You know, I don't care either way, but I personally use pop.
Julia?
I go either way. Sometimes I refer to it as soda, and sometimes I refer to it as pop.
I definitely feel that one. It depends what flavor it is for me to call it either pop or soda. Adam?
I say it either way, whatever rolls off my tongue, that's what I'll say, like to a waiter or waitress, whatever, ordering at a restaurant or just whatever. Come out, say pop sometimes. I want a pop or a soda. Uh, else really just it doesn't really matter what I have no preference.
Ah. So Shaylin in the comments, he says pop. He's always called it soda for as long as I remember, living with him and where he was born and everything else. All I remember him was calling it soda, but he's calling it pop. And Eddie says soda pop. That is also a different way of saying it.
That is the only one that's not acceptable. Combining the two terms is not okay. It's one or the other. You can't combine both of them. That's too ambitious.
Yeah.
It's like trying to do a crossover between like the multiverse
Screw
and like
everyone in the
the Avengers.
Midwest.
That's too much.
I throw a third one in there. How about fountain drink?
Fountain
I'm fine
drink.
with that. Fine with that.
Yeah. So we'll get into different regional um sayings, or I can't even think of the word right now, but regional ways of saying it and everything. Brent, what do you call it?
Uh, my favorite two people, they're the Thousand Pound Sisters. They call it sodies.
So
You know what? I think you're onto something there. Can't believe it's taken this much of my life to realize it.
yeah. All right, Chris.
I can go either way, but here, if you ask for a pop, you will get a beer. Um, if you ask for a Coke, you get anything that you ask for that's not specific. Coke, soda, you always get a Dr. Pepper.
Ah.
So you have to be very specific. I mean, like I said, I can go either way with soda or pop. It depends on who I'm talking with and what we're talking about.
Because they might not understand you. And speaking about not understanding, William, when you heard the term pop first, this is why I saved you for last. What do you think pop was?
See, I thought it was just like bubbles popping. Like I took it so literal. Um, so I've always called it soda my whole life because again we call it soda around here. But when I got to Buffalo, the first 2 weeks in, my roommates would always say pop, and again it went over my head. I had no idea what they meant by pop, and and of course once they brought in the soda, it still wasn't comprehending to me like soda was pop. And then it took one of my roommates to actually say, "Will, it's soda,"
Ah,
and and I was like, "Wait, what?" And it was a big culture shock. That was probably the biggest culture shock for me when I moved out to Buffalo.
yeah, a man of culture. I like it. So William is very cultural diverse. He's becoming, which is awesome. I said that in a weird way, a little backwards, a little Yoda-esque, as some would call it. But we'll go around the round table again and discuss what's your favorite type of pop soda? Sodies, soda pop, or Coke? Austin.
Soda pop is not acceptable, but I'd say that there's a lot of them. Sometimes I like a Coke, but most of the time, just about every day, I drink Pepsi. But Dr. Pepper's a good one. Orange Fanta's good. There's so many different types of pop that's good. Sprite, McDonald's Sprite. It's like they
Cleans the
kind of
whistle
each have
out.
their own. Exactly, they each have their own occasion.
Oh yeah.
But there's a lot of good ones.
Now I got a few stories for that one, but obviously I'll tell one story at a time, so we're breaking it up. So, McDonald's Sprite. As Shay said in the comments, he likes Sprite. It's good. McDonald's Sprite is crispy. I remember having the new flavor of McDonald's Sprite, like citrus or something, and poured it out in the container. It has that sounding, right? And you're pouring it out and filling up, and it's still sizzling after I take it off the fountain. Tastes like straight cleaner. Let me tell you, never felt more clean after that. Julia, have you ever felt more clean after an ice Sprite?
Sprite? Yeah, I think if you want the crispiest, it's definitely coming from McDonald's. Um, but if we're talking about favorites, I am a Coke Zero girly.
Mm. So yeah, that is good. I do like the zero products more than diet. Uh, but my favorite is the Coke Freestyles. Gotta go raspberry vanilla Coke from Denny's. Get the syrup in there, mix it around a little bit. Of course, that's not my favorite. We'll get into that right after Adam. Adam, what's your favorite?
Ooh, there's a lot of good ones. My favorite, I say like the Johnny Ryan's the ones. My favorite is probably cherry Coke, and I like cream soda as well.
Cream soda hits.
Yeah.
Some say it slaps. The younger kids would say it rizzes people, you know what I'm saying? It gets them going. But my favorite soda, and I call it soda because I don't call it a pop on this one. Pineapple soda. Because pineapple pop
Ew.
kind of hits different. Pineapple soda, definitely
Who makes
top tier.
pineapple soda?
I think Fanta does, and it doesn't Fago, or
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
I think Fanta does, and I think it might
There's
be
a
the
lot of
Fago
brands.
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doritos,
The old pine
as
top.
Chris would know down in Texas, the Mexican drinks, they are big on the pineapple.
Pineapple and apple.
It is quite big down there. I'm a man of culture, as a lot of you guys know. But no, you gotta get the 3 liters. They sell them at Tops. 3 liters of pineapple soda. They're amazing. I love anything pineapple. William, what's your favorite?
The I like Coke, but when it comes to Pepsi, I don't mind Pepsi, but I like cherry Pepsi.
Good stuff.
But I don't like cherry Coke though.
Ah, they do have 2 different flavors. Yes. Is that your favorite?
So I would say my favorite would be a cherry Pepsi, or if it's just Coke, Coke.
Ah, no, like exotic flavors. You don't like a good Mountain Dew here and there.
I don't drink Mountain Dew at all.
Ah, okay. He doesn't like the sperm killers. But we'll go on to a, a nice brand that I'm holding in my hand right now. As you guys have been seeing, I've been holding up like 5 different brands of sodas, pops, sodies, whatever you want to call them. This one is called Starry. It's a new brand that took over Sierra Mist. Brent, have you tried Starry yet?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Starry is quite the copycat of Sierra Mist. I know it's the same creators, and it tastes exactly the same.
Oh, it smells exactly the same too. I
Yeah.
even heard it crisp there. But what is your favorite?
Soda.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So my throat does not like any carbonated drinks.
Ah,
But if I had to choose one, my favorite would probably be ginger ale.
ginger ale does hit. If your stomach's upset, you're not
Oh
feeling
yeah.
good, or you just want a nice healthier beverage compared to all the sugar and crap that's in regular pops and sodas and all that stuff. Choose a ginger ale. But what do you like, Schweppes or Canada Dry?
Funny thing, I like Verner's.
Ooh,
Yeah, the
okay,
Vernon
that's a
beer.
spicier brand. That's got the spice to it.
Yeah, a little bit hot.
Chris, what do you like?
I'm a root beer connoisseur. I always
I was
looking for
waiting
the
for it.
next handcrafted root beer.
Yeah, that's good.
Other than that, I mean, I'm either root beer or Sprite.
Birch beer from the fair is good too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, birch beer, love it.
Yeah.
Can't get it here, but very
Yeah.
very fond of it.
Birch beer is different than root beer. They're 2 different roots. Of course, they're both made out of trees, hypothetically. One's a root, one's a birch. You know, you decide. But I do like birch beer. Obviously, I like all exotic flavors. Cream soda. That's always good stuff. The pineapple sodas. I like trying the new products as well. And I just got a bottle, which I held it up earlier, of the Move limited edition. A bottle of that Coke for Brent and Julia. So Brent's gonna pick it up tomorrow. It tastes like a pina colada, a little bit pineapple, a little bit of coconut here and there. I like pineapple, so I kind of like it. Uh, but anybody else have anything to say on their pop sodas or sodies?
Um, yeah, any type of exotic cokes, I always have Logan. Always pick them up for Julia, mainly because I know Julia likes Coke. and Logan seems to be like basically the drug dealer of exotic drinks. He's always trying different exotic drinks when it comes to the Peeps. I think that was what, Coke or Pepsi?
That was Pepsi.
Pepsi.
It was good.
And then you had the strawberries and cream, which I still have to get my hands on that if you end up finding that.
I still have yet
I
to find
found
that.
it. I got it.
I have
I
not
had
found
it.
it, unfortunately.
I had it.
Is it good?
Yeah. Okay, if you like strawberries and cream flavor, A1 hits the target. Doesn't really even taste like Dr. Pepper anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little too sweet. It would definitely be something you sip on to me.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So, um, got another story, last one before you wrap up the pops. So, around December, I did the 6-part vlog series where I took 6 people out, took them around for a nice shopping trip without them knowing, and one person, Jason, I went to this exotic snack store, and they have snacks from Japan and different countries and all that. And we went to their, you know, cold beverage section. Open the doors. We're like looking at the products. What are we gonna try? Cool flavors. Supernova Mountain Dew. Like, what's that? Um, we go to the cash register. There's no price tags anywhere on these products. Go up to the cash register, ring it out. We got about, I don't know, 6 products, 7 products. The total came to $80. $80 for like 6, 7 things. We look at the receipt. We're pulling it out. Dude, $25 for one like 12-ounce bottle of Supernova Mountain Dew that's only available in New Zealand. But it turns out they're actually bringing it back. You want to know what it tastes like? Voltage. It tastes like Voltage Mountain Dew. Supernova tastes just like it. So, if you want to call it a ripoff or whatever you want to call it, I'd say, hold off on buying it. Have you guys tried that exotic snack shop? I know Brent loves that.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge exotic snacks kind of guy. There used to be a long time ago. They probably still in business, but it was a Japanese business called Ponos, Ponos,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to sell a whole bunch of different types of Japanese candy, and I would buy like 50 packs of that stuff. And I'm just a huge fan of the exotic snacks. I need to make my way over to the exotic snack store again, but me and Julia always seem to go in there whenever we go to the Galleria to at least buy one thing.
Absolutely, you gotta do that. You gotta try something new every single time. Else, what are you doing with your life? But Eddie commented, "What about the Japanese plant food we ate?" So, in the vlog, everybody's gonna have to go check it out if you haven't seen it already. Eddie and I think we ate plastic. Tastes like a rubbery plastic type thing. Didn't taste good at all. Yeah, without spoiling it, don't get it. I don't even know what it's called because I can't read it. Just a bunch of symbols. But yeah, if it looks rubbery, don't eat it. So, next topic. We are going to go back a little bit into the food section again. Wings. Do you guys like wings? And what are wings? Do you call them wings? I know a lot of places call them buffalo wings. Buffaloes don't have wings. Adam, why do they call them buffalo wings?
You can either do it either based on, well, obviously they were originated by in Buffalo. What's the place downtown?
Anchor Bar.
Anchor Bar, yeah. They originated buffalo wings. You could do that, or with the hot sauce. That's what they call it, with the buffalo wings, with the little kick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or just from the origin where it's from the city of Buffalo. That's where they originated from.
Yeah. So, chicken wings, we'll call them for the sense of the Buffalo area because buffaloes don't have wings, and we're from Buffalo, so we're not gonna call them buffalo wings. What's your favorite wing spot? Nope. Adam, you there?
Yeah, I was trying to say there's a few, but my best, obviously, Barbell, they're good. I went to O'Neill's yesterday. They have over 50 wing flavors on their menu,
That's
wing sauces.
insane.
So it's a lot, but you can say, but they have a lot. Them, Duff's, probably. Those are probably like my top. I would say Barbell, O'Neill's, and I would say Duff's
Yeah.
are my top. Yeah.
What's your go-to flavor?
I'm gonna have to go with is Cajun dry rub.
Yeah, that is good. A nice dry rub. Just lather it on there a little bit. Do you dip it at all? Besides blue
Yeah,
cheese, of course.
yeah, just basically just a blue cheese and that's it. But just anything in it, just
The
just like you
classic.
know. Yep.
Ah. So, well, Shaylin types in his response. He calls it wings. We'll go into Austin. Austin, your go-to wing spot.
Well, when we went to Bar Bills, they had some pretty good wings there. Blaisdell Pizzeria, their wings were okay when I ate out there, but there's a couple places out where close to where I live that I really like to go to, and I haven't got wings in a while. But one of them that
They are expensive.
Sportsman down by Sunset Bay, they had really good wings,
Ah,
and they had like their own blue cheese, which was like half the reason why I went there because the blue cheese was so good.
yeah, blue cheese does make it sometimes. What about sauces? What do you like to lather on it?
Lately I do like a mild or a medium, so I don't give myself too much heartburn.
Ah,
If I
okay.
eat too much hot stuff now, I give myself real bad heartburn. But before, at like Bar Bills, they got like a Cajun dry rub there too, or something.
Hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
real good. That I had that when we were there, and it's definitely hot on the tongue, but it's good. It's got a
Yeah.
lot of flavor.
Yeah, if you get a wing crispy enough, all you need is that mild, medium, hot, and you're good to go. You don't need no exotic sauce. Some places they have perfect wings. It's perfect crunchiness, perfect everything. Julia, you live in a
Definitely a
nice
flat guy though. I gotta say that before we
Flat.
move on.
ah
Flat all the way.
yeah, the true wing because the other ones are not actually wings, they're legs. But Julia, you live in a centralized location in the Buffalo area. What's a good go-to around you?
Sal's wings are top tier.
Never had them.
They're on Olmsted Avenue, in Depew.
Ah,
Super good. They have they range from mild to uber stupid hot. My mom is like a spicy queen, and their hot is too hot for her.
whew, yeah. Some places
Um,
like hots are mediums, and other places like mediums are not even hot at all. And it's all
but um, ever since I started dating BG, he introduced me to ponies. Now I've only ever had ponies fingers. I don't know if they make wings, but if
mm-hmm.
they do, I would definitely be down for some ponies wings with their sauce.
Absolutely. So everybody that I've introduced ponies to absolutely loves ponies. And yes, Julia, they do actually make wings. And let me tell you about them. So they're a little bit smaller than normal wings, and they're breaded. A lot of people, the sauce, love the sauce. It's not grape jelly, it's honey, for anybody wondering. And when you take a bite of the chicken wing, it falls off the bone. All you gotta do is just take a nice bite, boom, all the meat, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Right off. You ain't got to do anything. The cartilage, crunch it right down. Brent's not a fan of cartilage, as he was saying earlier with the meat. But you don't even notice it because it tastes so good. William, you're up.
So I like Anchor Bar, Duff's, and La Nova.
La Nova. Ah. What about go-to flavors?
I'm pretty basic. I like barbecue, honey garlic. Um, I would go like maximum medium and then also mild, but that's pretty much it.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Basic. I like it though because wings are wings. You know, you can have a wing of any flavor and it'd be just as good. And there's this place that just shut down recently because of COVID. It was called the Dry Dock, and it's a little bit north of here. I was introduced to it because my mom's softball team was sponsored by it until they closed down, and they had the best wings I've ever had. And it was a dive bar, holes in the ceiling, spiders crawling all around, the webs everywhere. You know, your local drunks in the redneck hills of Western New York. But the food kept them in business. But because of COVID, they shut down. But the go-to wings there, hot honey garlic, extra crispy, extra saucy. And with the extra sauce, you dip your fries in it. You know what I'm saying? Extra crispy, you take that extra crunch. And it's hot, it's honey, and it's garlic. You can't go wrong with that. You put it in this in the toss bowl, your salad toss bowl. You toss it up a little bit, and boom, you got yourself a nice chicken salad with wings. So, Brent, what about you?
I'd have to say I'm not a huge wing guy, but if I had to have a type of wing, it'd be boneless, mainly because if you get it on the bone, odds are you're gonna bite into a piece of cartilage. Um, but if I do eat boneless, I have to get it so hot that I literally have bleeding ulcers the next day. Usually, my favorite place to go is B Dubs, and I usually tend to get like the Carolina Reaper sauce.
Ah, so sounds like Brent is least buffalo wingy guy out of here because Buffalo Wild Wings is nowhere close to a real buffalo chicken wing, and boneless wings are in fact not even a wing; they're a chicken breast. But Eddie made a comment before we get into Chris here. He's a flats type of guy, and flats are the real wing. Because flat, in case you don't know, it's the flatter kind of wing. It's not the, drumstick. But, drums are good too, he said. And he says La Nova, just like what William said. I've never been there. But he says sauces is buffalo hot, barbecue, sweet chili, and honey garlic. Honey garlic is absolutely amazing. Chris, do you like honey garlic?
I could eat some honey garlic, but I prefer a char-broiled, like cooked on a charcoal pit barbecue
Ooh,
wing. The best place that I found in that area, it's not really in the area, it's a place in Batavia called the Main Street Pizza Company.
I've heard of
Recommend
them.
it if you get out there.
Yeah.
Their charcoal cooked chicken wings are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I'm just a normal mild chicken wing kind of guy. Extra crispy, of course.
Yeah.
No soggy chicken wings.
Nah, nah.
Bougie.
You gotta have crispy. You gotta have the skin peel off with it, and just.
Unfortunately, you can't get buffalo style chicken wings here. I mean, the closest you get is Hooters, and it's a breaded chicken wing. It's not
Mm-hmm.
close, but it's the closest you get.
Yeah. So, what kind of, I guess, chicken wing do you have out there then?
They're they really don't do chicken wings like that. It's all mostly boneless, like you said, chicken breast kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So Shaylin commented, the Wegmans next to his work has a hot bar that has hot wings, and they use Danny's favorite. And if you guys don't know what Danny's favorite is, it's a menu item. And good old Danny, it's his favorite. A lot of it is in subs. I like the Danny's favorite subs. Pretty good. This is Danny's favorite sauce, which is pretty good. The taste is similar to Duff's wings, and he says Duff's wings are also great. Ah, so I forgot what I was gonna bring up, but it had to do something with wings as well. I forgot what it was. It might come back to me, might not. But we're gonna move on.
Carrot sticks required.
Carrot, exactly. You gotta have the celery and carrots. I like the celery. I'm not a big fan of carrots, but I like the celery. Ah, so next we're gonna start getting into a little bit more of the food places. So, Mighty Taco compared to Taco Bell, that's kind of nationwide. Mighty Taco is more of a local thing, and that's where we get our Logan berries. So, we'll start with Brent this time. Brent, do you like Mighty Taco?
So I don't really eat any fast food whatsoever. But the only fast food that I'll eat is the chips with the cheese from Mighty Taco. It gives you the nice chip bag, and then you just
Mm-hmm.
add cheese on the side.
Oh yeah,
Got yourself a homemade nachos, man.
absolutely. So they actually came out with a nachos with meat and cheese on it as well, with the same chips. I don't know if you've ever
Hmm.
tried that, but my
No.
boy Jason, he ate it in the vlog. So I'm gonna go check out the vlog and see his reaction to those. But he gets it all the time. They're a little bit messy, but use the same exact chips and cheese. Add a little meat and stuff on it, some other toppings, and boom, you got nachos on the go. But in case you didn't know, they actually stopped selling the chips and cheese for a little while. They
Wow.
just brought them back within the last like 4 months. But Shaylin is up next because he already commented. He likes the Mighty Tacos Super Mighties, which is just a basic taco. It has lettuce, tomato, ground beef. So, you know, when I go to Mighty Taco, that's not what I get. But, William, what do you get?
I honestly don't really remember. It's been a couple years, honestly, since I've been there. But I do remember, like how everyone has mentioned about the chips, tacos. But I do remember liking their chips particularly, though. But yeah, that's all I really remember.
Ah, yeah. So when I go to Mighty Taco, I usually get two beef, bean, and cheese tacos on a soft shell. White, not wheat. I like to put a little lettuce on it, no tomato. Gotta get it hot. Hot sauce. I don't know what it is with their hot sauce, but you lather it on and oh, it's so good. So the secret to their hot sauce is it's not actually hot sauce, it's not medium sauce, it's the same mild sauce. They just add more of it on there. Found that one out when uh you know, they gave me the wrong order. They put mild sauce on it and they were like, "Yeah, we actually don't have a hot sauce. We just add more sauce to it and that's what makes it hotter." I was like, "Oh, okay." Chris, did you know that?
I did not know that, but um, when I worked at the car dealership up there, we would have super mighty eating competitions where everyone would get the super mighty packs,
Mm-hmm.
which were like 5 super mighties. The store manager would buy each of us a couple of them,
Oh wow.
and we tried to eat them all throughout the day. It was terrible, but they were delicious.
Ah, what is your go-to order if you were to just order something?
I never like Brent. Fast food's not my thing.
Ah, all right. Adam, what about you?
For my taco,
Yeah.
I would go with the three cheese nacho burrito and the bacon quesadilla.
Ooh, first exotic man out here. That sounds exciting. Quesadillas. That's good stuff. Julia, do you like quesadillas?
No, I'm lactose intolerant, so I cannot eat all
Ah,
that cheese.
do you just like Diaz? Is that the case? Huh?
No.
Ah. So, any Mighty Taco favorites that you like?
Um, I don't eat there a lot, but if I did go, it was generally your super mighty on white ground beef, no sauce, sour cream.
Ah, all right. And Austin, I know you like a little crunchy stuff in it, little chips. You know what I'm saying? Get
Yeah,
the
you
Fritos
already know
going in
what
there.
it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, this man
Yeah.
likes the Fritos in his tacos, and they had that right on the menu. I don't know if they still have it or not, but that's what that
I don't even
man
remember what
got.
it was.
Yeah, I don't
What was it
either.
called? Do you remember? It
I
was like
do
I
not.
thought it was like a three cheese
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. It was like a three
uh
cheese, um,
beef and bean burrito, or I don't know, something
something.
like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it
it
was
had
good.
something on it, but
I did have
it was
Fritos in it.
insane. Yeah.
It inspired me the other day to buy a bag of Fritos when I got a taco at like a local place, a soft shell taco. And I opened it up and put some of the Fritos from the small
Ah,
bag in there and then closed it and ate it. It
yeah.
was a good idea. It was a good idea.
So I want all you guys to answer a yes or no to this question. Is Mighty Taco better than Taco Bell? We're gonna go in reverse order now. Starting with Austin, yes or no? Just a yes or no.
Hmm. Is Mighty Taco better? I'm gonna say no.
Julia.
My taco tots better than Taco. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're very different, although they're both like.
That's not yes or no.
Okay, well, I don't have a yes or no. I have an opinion on both of them.
Can't happen. Not allowed.
I'm sorry.
All right. So, Adam.
Yeah. So, sorry, my connection got a little bit funny. What was the other question? Or
So, a
the
yes or no question is Mighty Taco better than Taco Bell?
Uh, yeah, I would say so. I feel like the quality of the meat, I would say, especially the
Yes
beef, I
or no
feel like
question.
it's more. I think that Taco Bell is more cheap because it's a national chain, and the Mighty Taco is more of a buffalo type of thing. So I think the more quality ingredients, I would say I can taste the difference with that for sure. Mighty Taco is better than Taco Bell.
Ah. So, Shaylin commented, he says Mighty Taco. And he only says that because he is biased because he doesn't go to Taco Bell. Eddie says that Mighty Taco is good, but the one near me always serves the tacos burritos cold for some reason. Yes. Brent, what about you?
Oh, my taco superior because of the chips and cheese.
And Chris, I saved you for last just for you can hear
What about?
everybody's explanations. Oh, William, I skipped right over you. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
So, Chris, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I saved Chris for right there. And William, because I forgot about you, you can do this and you go first in the next
I'm the
one.
forgotten one. Okay.
It
I say
happens.
yes.
You say yes. All right. I like it. I'm not a Taco Bell person myself. You know, they use horse meat and stuff. Not a big fan of horses. You know, they got like
Allegedly.
hair and tails and hooves and kind of
Allegedly.
scary. Um, yeah. So, William, you're gonna go first in our next topic, and it's gonna be on Tim Hortons. Now,
That way you don't forget me, right?
sure, we'll go with that. You don't have any Tim Hortons out by you, do you?
Yes, the only Tim Hortons I have around here is at a Delta Sonic car wash. That's it.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, if some of you guys don't know what Tim Hortons is, Tim Horton was a hockey player back in the day. Played for a few teams, most notably, of course, it's a Canadian chain, so he played for the Toronto Maple Leafs as well as right here in Buffalo, the Buffalo Sabres. Only for a few years, though. The man is a legend. among the community. And Tim Hortons, of course, it's a Canadian thing. Buffalo area is very Canadian. We share a border. We share a lot of similar cultural things. Tim Hortons has started to slowly spread out, but it has not spread east for some reason. It spread south. So we can see Tim Hortons as far as Nashville. They're going into North Carolina, South Carolina now.
There's one in
They're about to go to
Dallas.
Georgia too.
They're one in Dallas?
Yep.
Really?
Really? Wow, they're even spreading all the way that far south. That's insane. But they're not spreading east, even in our own state. Doesn't make any sense. So, William, what do you think about Tim Hortons?
See, I like their bakery over Dunkin' Donuts.
Ah,
As far as their coffee, I mean, again, it's probably because I've been so used to Dunkin' Donuts. I would say it's relatively the same. I think overall Tim Hortons is better. I wish they had more of that around here. That's one thing.
ladies and gentlemen, this is that part of the podcast where we start getting the controversial topics. And let me tell you that Tim Hortons versus Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Well, some reason America's team is also the Cowboys. Doesn't make any sense. So that's where we take a nice controversial topic and make it rational. It's hard to make America's team rational. Austin, do you like Tim Hortons? I know it's one of your two fast food restaurants in town.
Yeah, I used to get coffee there a lot when I was working back at this one grocery store. I used to get coffee there all the time, and that's about it. Just the coffee, because everything else it's like $8 for like a sandwich if you want.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in trying to buy one. You just go without it.
Yeah, I am not a coffee drinker. In fact, I've had two coffees in my whole life. One was Christmas Eve, going into Christmas Day, when I was working overnight shift, and we stopped at a coworker's house, an hour shift, and they offered coffee, and I was like, oh, I ain't saying no. Pour some nice Reese's creamer in it, gotta get that Reese's Puffs. But that was great. And then my boss, a couple years later at a different job, he asked me if I wanted a coffee from Tim Hortons because he was stopping. But before I can get back to him, he already ordered it and everything because it took a few minutes. So he bought me a coffee, and sure enough, I drank it. And he only got me like one cream and one sugar. It don't matter, whatever. Coffee's coffee to me because I don't drink coffee. So I just had it black. It's all right with me. Julie, do you like it black?
No, not really. I could kind of get into black coffee if it has a flavor in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it definitely has to be a sweetened flavor.
Yeah.
So,
Do you
yeah.
add anything particular to coffee?
I'm generally just a cream girl. I don't do sugar.
Ah, yeah.
When I first started drinking coffee, I was definitely like a triple type person, and then
I know a few people like
you
that.
mature and your taste buds change. So
Yep.
now I'm
Your
definitely
body can't handle all of it no more, and it's like, oh, okay, I can't
yeah,
start doing this
yeah,
every day.
yep.
So if you guys don't know what a triple, double, all that stuff is, you got triple the creamer, triple the sugar. You can get two different types of sugars, whether it's the fake syrupy sugar or the real sugar, the granulated stuff, the crispy stuff that you see on the tables at restaurants, and you pour it in, and stir it up a little bit. But what is your Tim Hortons order if you were to go for lunch or something?
Um, I usually get a large. It's always iced coffee. I don't like hot coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and it's usually like oat milk And then I like to do a combination of flavor shots. So whether it's sugar-free vanilla with caramel, sugar and hazel, or not sugar, vanilla and hazelnut and mocha, something like that.
Ah, this
Yeah.
sounds exciting. Might have to try it one of these days when I feel like trying coffee. Brent, what about you? Do you like Tim Hortons?
There's not really anything from Tim Hortons that really excites me.
I feel the same way. Except for the donuts. I love donuts. Boston
Funny
cream.
enough, for my job, um, I get tips for installing people's like appliances, like dryers, fridges, stuff like that. And I actually got a tip, and it was a $10 Tim Hortons gift card. The second I got it, I immediately gave it to Julia. So I guess you could say that I am not a Tim Hortons fan.
Yeah, yeah. I also got some gift cards. Only time I ever used them was if I'm out with somebody and they want to go to Tim Hortons, such as Shaylin. He likes Tim Hortons. So Shay says that he doesn't really drink coffee, but he does like Tim's iced cappuccinos in their Oreo iced cappuccino. So iced cappuccino is actually a coffee, but it's a lesser coffee. It is good. I like it. I actually like cappuccinos. They're not that bad. Uh, French vanilla is a great flavor as well. Eddie says that he drank black coffee for 3 years straight at school in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, which got him through the day. So I'll get into the whole caffeine thing in a little bit. Adam, what about you?
Tim Hortons. I don't go too often. I go there a few times a year, but if I do, I get like either like a flavored, I like the French vanilla cappuccino, or I go with the English toffee one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or I go with the iced cappuccino too as well. Not like a full like black coffee type person, or like those like rich ones like dark. I like more like little flavored ones better. I'm not much of a two coffee drinker. I prefer more flavor
Yeah,
in it. So, but I like
yeah,
the bakery that as well.
absolutely. Bakery.
Where are you from that they still have English toffee?
Well, I don't think they have it anymore. I mean, they had it probably a few years ago, but I mean, I live in Tonawanda, but they maybe it may that they may discontinued it, but I think it you can buy it online, I think. But when I usually went in the past, I like the English toffee one, but I usually get the French vanilla now, so maybe they don't have it anymore as much.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna say that used to be my favorite from Tim Hortons, but
it
they discontinued it, and I've never found it since.
might be on the website. I don't know, maybe, but I'm actually kind of interested maybe to look at now. But yeah, that is really good English toffee. It tastes like the Heath bar.
Ah,
Yeah.
so interestingly enough, going into the topic of Heath bars, that's how William's father was named. But that's
Yep.
for another day. As for the caffeine, I'm not a caffeine person, as we can tell. My game fuel doesn't have any caffeine in it. The only thing that really has caffeine in it I'm drinking is this new Coke flavor, and that's because it's a new Coke and I gotta try it. But I'm not a big caffeine person, so which is why whenever I buy products without caffeine in it, such as Brent's Amway products. Brent, let's go into your Amway products. Take a little segue away. What kind of caffeine-free stuff do you offer?
Um, we offer three different. So we have 18 different energy drinks. Funny enough, I'm not sure which ones Logan has tried.
The
Um,
explosion one and the
the
guava and pineapple one.
explosion and the guava. Okay. Um, so yeah, we have 18 different flavors, and the ones that are caffeine free would be the cranberry grape, and we also have the pineapple mango guava, which is also caffeine free.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we also have a dragon or a pink grapefruit that's also
Ah,
caffeine.
not a grapefruit person, so I wouldn't try that one. But yes, if you guys are interested in any Amway products, just message Brent, comment down below. I'll send you over to him. He'll get you a nice link, sign you up. You guys can try some products, and there is this nice Amway guarantee. In case you don't like it, you can send it back and get a refund. But keep the, or not really send it back, but like say you don't like it, you get to keep the product and get your refund back. So we're on to Chris. Just hold on 1 second, Chris. So I know, you don't have any Tim Hortons really out that way. Do you have any good coffee shops?
I don't drink caffeine at all, and you did lie because Game Fuel does have 90 milligrams of caffeine per serving. But
Well,
regardless,
not the one that I drink. No, it's caffeine free.
I don't drink caffeine at all because of my heart condition. Just something I choose not to do. Tim Hortons was never my favorite place either. I just found it to be low quality compared to other bakery options. So
Ah, all right, all right. I know people that obviously go to Tim Hortons every morning. My mother is one of them. Gotta have their Tim Hortons. They gotta have their sandwiches. Gotta have their bagels. Gotta have whatever. They gotta have at Tim Hortons. And I know people that are like most of us right here that once in a while, if that. Um, I'm not a coffee guy, so what do I drink? I drink hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate. Tim Hortons hot chocolate. It's piping hot, but it cools off so fast. So it's either you drink it piping hot or it burns you to death, or you drink it freezing cold. But it is what it is. So that's it. And Chris, I did just look at the caffeine content. It is the Game Fuel. This one actually has zero sugar, my bad. So it does actually have a little bit of caffeine, but it is about half less than a normal can of like Red Bull or Monster. So it's not as
yep,
much,
90
but
milligrams.
yeah, it's not as much as an energy drink, but it gets you enough, and it's zero sugar. I don't like
Always
sugar.
on the lookout for that caffeine. Always on the lookout for caffeine.
I knew
Yes.
he had that it had caffeine in it the second you were drinking it when we were playing games the other day. I could tell.
Ah.
You
Uh
react pretty differently.
yeah, so a lot of that stuff though is what I look for is the B12 and B6 content because that's more like the energy vitamin stuff. So a lot of that stuff I'll drink a lot of high B12, B6. It opens up the airways. I already explained it last whatever episode. And Amway products, they do a great job at that. But we're gonna move on. Going back a little step, let's get back in the wings. We're gonna do one vote all around. The two really main original wing spots in the Western New York region, Duff's and Anchor Bar. We're gonna go around again, starting with Austin. I don't know if you've had Duff's and Anchor Bar, both of them, and it goes for anybody. But if you had to pick which one you'd prefer, which one would you prefer? And you can have a bias in saying, I haven't been to that one. Austin, it's you.
So quiet.
Hello. All right, Adam, you're up next.
I would say Duff's over Anchor Bar.
Duff's over Anchor Bar. All right, William.
Duff's.
Shaylin, if you want to type that in. Brent.
Uh, Anchor Bar is good. It's just really expensive. So I've never been to Duff's.
And Chris.
Duff's all the way.
Julia.
Mm, I haven't been to either of them enough to have an opinion.
All right. Shaylin says Duff's. From me, the only thing I really like from Anchor Bar is their hot sauce. I prefer Anchor Bar hot sauce over Frank's hot sauce, which is also a nice Buffalo thing. Uh, but wings, I have to go Duff's. They got a lot of varieties. Even though Anchor Bar is the original, Duff's, I like it. Uh, if Austin was back, he's probably busy doing something. But might get back into that. So moving on to some more food. We have West New York, a lot of food festivals here, don't we? A lot of different cultures. So let's talk about food trucks. Do you guys like food trucks?
I like
Yes.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
so what type of food truck? I know we got Lloyd's, right? We got Lenova. What other food trucks do you guys like? Chris?
The only food truck I've ever eaten off of was in Buffalo. It was the Ted's hot dog food truck.
Is it good?
It was just like a Ted's hot dog.
I
10
don't
out
like
of 10.
Ted's.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
All right. So now we're gonna be down one. Brent, what's your opinion on food trucks?
What's my opinion on food trucks?
Yeah.
Um, Funny enough, I actually had a sub. Not really a sub. It was a sandwich today at a gas station, and there's a label on this turkey and cheddar cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sandwich and it was wrapped up, and it was actually from a food truck out in Niagara Falls, is where the food truck is from. It's called Dan's Food Truck. I don't know who the heck Dan is, but he makes really, really good sandwiches
There
because
we
it
go.
hit the spot. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Adam?
not food truck.
I would have to go. I think it might have been at Hilbert. I think for maybe my freshman orientation. If I've seen it before is the cheesy check.
Never heard of that one, but yeah.
That's a good one. Grilled
Yeah.
cheese, mac and cheese, everything. But that's probably my favorite one is a cheesy
Ooh,
check.
that does sound good. Yeah.
Or Waynesville.
Oh, okay. Yeah. At our college, we had a lot of food trucks come in some days and just stake out. I know we had a Red Bull truck come in. I don't know if you ever saw that one, Adam. The Red Bull truck.
I might have, but actually Red Bull just came to my work a few days ago. They
Really?
came, so they stopped
Wow.
by in the little car, or the little whatever, little Mini Cooper, whatever you call it, and they came stop by. But yeah, maybe I do remember the Red Bull coming by.
Huh.
That was good.
Julia, you like? Wait, did I already ask you, Julia? I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
I like Fat Bob's.
Ooh, that's a
They're a
good one.
barbecue smokehouse.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. But also Darien Lake started having food trucks at their concerts.
Cool.
And I know when we went to Logic last year over the summer, Brent and TSAC got some slapping mac and cheese that I could
Ooh.
not eat. And I want to say it was from El Dante's food
Mm-hmm.
truck. So yeah.
That's good stuff. So a lot of food trucks, we see them at fairs and stuff. And the one food truck that really stood out to me was the grilled cheese food truck. You could put whatever you want on the grilled cheese. Pulled pork, tater tots. Like, let me tell you, you could even have it made out of donuts, right? Get two donuts on each side, put some cheese in the middle. Boom, you got a fried donut, grilled cheese. That's some good stuff. I went there with Eddie a couple of years ago, back in 2019. Wow, that's a long time ago. To go see Fluffy the comedian. Eddie can tell you more if he's still in the comments about that. But Shaylin in the comments is saying that he hasn't been to many food trucks since going to a pizza food truck back in high school at a McQuaid cross country meet. Did someone leave? What the? Something just
Seems
happened.
like we're all still here.
Okay. The screen just shifted on my end. Um, yeah, so he's saying that. William, what about you? William,
Yep. Sorry about that.
food trucks. It's your turn.
Uh, well, I've been to food trucks, but I don't know their names.
What kind of food they got?
Pulled pork, mac and cheese. Um, I think there was a hot dog one. it was off from Hilbert, but
Ah,
that's all I really remember.
yeah. Food trucks are very big around here. Chris, would you say they're very big around here, or you got some out by you too?
Oh, you don't know how big. Every weekend there is multiple places that have just parking lots full. They kind of do like a farmer's market kind of thing, but it's
Ooh.
real farms.
Mm-hmm.
It's that style of get together, and the whole outside is food trucks. And every town you go to, every weekend in the summer has one.
Wow, that
A
sounds
major
great.
parking lot somewhere.
Yeah. So obviously in Texas, it's a lot warmer than it is here, so they can do a lot of their festivities year round. Well, we got a few weekends to do it. I don't know if
It's
Austin's.
almost Food Truck Tuesday
Oh yeah,
season in Buffalo.
yeah.
Fucking
And Buffalo has just been named the their Taste of Buffalo the best in the nation. So I don't know if that's saying something to our topic today. Does Buffalo have the best food? Well, the Taste of Buffalo is awarded best in the nation. I might have to say so, yes. And I'm not being biased here because it's nationally rated, so I'm just agreeing with it. I don't know if Austin's back yet, but if he is, he can go ahead with his. If not, we'll go on to the next, and it looks like he is here.
Yes, food trucks are pretty good. A lot of the food trucks I've had went to are like, like taco food trucks or stuff like that, or like tater tots, loaded fries, kind of
Ah, yeah,
stuff like
loaded
that
fries
from
aren't good.
spots.
And
But yeah, they hit the spot sometimes. They got stuff that some places don't have.
yeah, absolutely. So, back to our previous one that you missed, Duff's or Anchor Bar? Just that simple question.
It's a hard question.
Not really.
I'm gonna say Anchor Bar, honestly.
All right, all right. So, moving on, we have a few people that aren't necessarily around Buffalo. William, kind of close. Chris has lived here. Um, Eli, um, who we were gonna have here, he lives even farther east. No, 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 farther
No.
west than William. So he lives right in the middle between me and um, William. But there's still a lot of cultural differences, such as garbage plates that he has out there. And then Joseph, he lives in Pennsylvania, about a couple hours away from New York City, so he gets a full variety. But so he's not here to share it, unfortunately. So starting with William, what type of stuff do they have out in your area that they don't have in our area?
The one of the popular ones that we have around here is chicken riggies.
Mm-hmm.
So chicken riggies is originated from Utica, which is it's also known as the Utica riggies, which is
Ah,
a it's an Italian American pasta dish that is chicken rigatoni pasta with hot or sweet peppers with spicy cream and tomato sauce.
sounds excellent.
Another one uh, Syracuse is actually originated for salt potatoes.
Mm,
So we're mainly known for salt potatoes
those
because
are good.
because Syracuse is known as the Salt City.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we're also known for Hoffman's hot dogs,
Ah,
um, which is just a big brand, I think,
yeah,
for
yeah,
hot dogs.
yeah. So just like
Um,
how they have that, we have Salons.
yeah, and then speaking of hot dogs, we have a type of hot dog. Let me bring it up here.
Yeah.
And
Orginski's.
so the hot dogs that we have are called conies. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of
Oh yeah,
conies.
yeah.
yeah, those.
Uh,
Absolutely, they're good. Coney
but
Island.
but yet but yeah, it's a differentiated color and it kind of tastes like a sausage. I'm
Really?
not
So
sure.
it's like a white hot?
Um, I think so. Um, but it kind of tastes like a sausage, but it's like a hot dog, so it's kind of like a mix of both.
Ah,
But
yeah.
it's
It's white hot.
but it's like yeah, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So, William, do you have anything else besides those?
Um,
Any drinks? Maybe exotic snacks?
I honestly don't really think so, but I know Syracuse is known for orange, so I'm not sure if orange is anything related, but uh, other than that, I don't think so.
Ah, okay. Now, Chris is the only other one, unfortunately, here that is culturally diverse enough to really give his input. So tell us a little bit about your Texan culture down there.
Nothing but barbecue, brisket, and pulled pork, and authentic Mexican. No, I mean
Hmm.
the food's pretty universal. I mean we do have a different style of barbecue. Um, they don't use like chevettas for chicken barbecues here like you would there, kind of thing. But it's all relatively universal. I mean, when you if you want to get into it, the authenticity is the only thing that's really different.
Absolutely. Yeah, up here, we have a lot of Hispanic people as well. And they created their own taco shops, just like how Chinese people have their own Chinese shops. Of course, it's not 100% authentic as it would be closer to their cultural stuff. Um, but it gets pretty close. Um, I know a lot of Hispanics up here say that it's pretty close. It's not exactly it, but it's as good as they can get it because obviously we don't have the resources and the products that they might have back in their countries or closer to their countries, such as Texas. Um, but barbecue, Chris is a big barbecue man. I remember him up here. He'd
Big
always
barbecue
barbecue.
guy.
He loves his barbecue.
Texas Hill Country style is the best.
Who
Oak wood charcoal,
gotta
nice
try it.
open. Oh,
Got
oh.
to try it. So, anybody else have any culturally diverse stuff they want to bring up that, you know, is offered other places but not offered here?
Oh, actually, I do have one more um that we have. It's called Utica Greens. Um, so that's also originated in Utica,
Ah,
which is a Italian American dish that's made of uh it's kind of like a seaweed with garlic and olive oil, and then has involved like stuff in it like uh peppers, cheese, bread breadcrumbs. Also, they might have some meat in it and sometimes chicken broth.
oh wow.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I know my family's really big on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where my dad's from, is from the Utica area.
Mm-hmm.
So they're
Ah,
very big on it.
that's exciting. So, yes, Brent, I know we passed 2 hour mark. Shay, if you have any input about anything, you can go ahead. If not, we're gonna get into one of our last topics here of the food festivals. So just like food trucks, food festivals. So Buffalo is known for, the Polish stuff, Dingus Day. We just had St. Patrick's Day. New York in itself is a huge Native American population and Native American culture here. Um, so everything up here is literally named after Native American stuff. So we have a lot of Native American culture, Canadian as well, because well, Canada's literally hop, skip, and a jump over a couple of lakes and a river and falls. Italian population, Indian, Mexican. So, William, start with you right now. What is your favorite culturally diverse menu item or menu, I guess. Just keep it simple. So
Like
out of choosing Italian or Polish food, Irish food, Mexican food, Indian food.
I just stick with Italian food. I'm pretty simple.
All right, Adam.
I know I'm Irish and Polish, but I probably have to go through is I got introduced when I was younger with my parents, but Thai food is probably my favorite cultural
Ooh,
food.
Thai food. Yeah, it's a little
Pad Thai.
spicy.
I get a little spice. Sometimes I get like either vermicelli in the summer roll, or I get the pad thai with the shrimp, or the pad thai with the beef. But yeah, I usually kind of get like that's like the noodle dish type of guy, like the type of culture stuff, the Thai food.
Ah, Julia.
I've been into Indian foods lately.
Really?
I make a mean butter chicken.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
big over there, yeah. Butter chicken. It's like butter bread, but butter chicken. So, yeah, Brent, we'll go with you next.
Yeah. I mean, I'm American, and
You like your burgers and fries? Is what you're telling me?
grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken. All right. You don't like that
I
chicken tikka
actually
masala?
eat it so much that whatever restaurant I go to, I'm always looking at the grilled chicken, and
Mm-hmm.
I always rate each one. Um, and so far, the top two. Yeah, all right, I'll do top three. Top three best grilled chicken places. Three is Red Robin's. Number two would have to be Tully's, and number one is definitely Margaritaville,
Oh, all right. All
Canada.
right. Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
I'm also a purebred American through and through. I eat nothing but barbecue.
Ah, all right. There it is. He's got that American culture. Shaylin, whenever you want to put in your stuff or whatever. So, I like all foods. Um, I like my chicken fingers, the normal chicken fingers. You don't know what you want to get at a restaurant, so you go get chicken fingers. Usually, if I don't know what to get at a restaurant, I'll get a turkey club. Again, these are all standard American stuff, but there's nothing wrong with a nice authentic taco, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna sit down and have a nice Mexican meal. Italian, that's pretty simple. Pasta. The pizza here is not really Italian, but it's still considered Americanized Italian. Linguine, all that good stuff. Um, Other than that, I really haven't had much, but I mean, I'll eat it if I got it. You know what I'm saying? So, Shay, I don't know if you have any particular favorite cultural food. Austin,
Favorites probably chicken food.
what was that?
Probably close. Mexican food. I
Mexican.
say second would probably be like some Polish food or something like that. Um,
Ah, all right. Some kielbasa.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Polish sausage they call it. It
good.
is some pretty good stuff. So we'll go into the last topic we have on here, and that is your favorite Western New York Buffalo restaurant. Julia, what do you got?
Oh boy. I don't know. I really don't know.
It is a tough question. There's a lot of restaurants. So I'll give everybody a minute to think while I start talking about some good old restaurants. But before we get into that, Shaylin did respond. He said Red Pepper has good Asian food. He likes their beef lo mein, Asian food. I forgot to add that, but Asian food is excellent as well. Uh, but you know, we tend to Americanize everything. It's called the McDonaldization factor of the world. It's a westernization of the world, all thanks to America. Some would call us the best, some would call us haters, but they just hating on us because we clearly got the best food because we're all cultures mixed in one, and we can be whatever we want to be. And Chris loves that about America. Shaylin, yeah, Shaylin also says that he has a large variety of food that he likes around, but he doesn't think that he can list. So getting into favorite restaurants, that's a very broad question. It's got to be more of a question like if you were to have a nice sit-down restaurant, what sit-down restaurant would you like? Or if you were on the fly, what kind of fast food would you like to drive through at? If I were to sit,
And bars be included.
yes, bars
Okay.
in fact can be included. Let's see. So, for my birthday, I usually always go with a nice pizza oven pizza. I can eat pizza every day. It's just good. You can put whatever tops on it. You want to eat a little bit healthier, you get a margarita, maybe put a little tomatoes on it if you like white pizzas, banana peppers, olives. My go-to pizza though, mushroom and onion. A lot of people don't like that stuff. Love it. But so I'd have to go if it was like a carry out or takeout or whatever. Have to go with the pizza oven pizza place. Sit down restaurant. That's a hard one. Huh. I'm not too sure. There's a lot of like little diners here and there, so I'm gonna have to go with like like a local diner. They got like the mom and pop type stuff. Turkey clubs, love turkey clubs. So I have to go like local diners. So anybody can chip in and if they have their favorite type of restaurant that they like.
I do.
All right, go
Uh,
ahead.
the one that I like is Big Ditch Brewery. It's not only just a place to drink, but it's also a good restaurant. They do have really good food there.
Ah,
It's right in downtown Buffalo. I,
never heard of it.
I think it's in Allentown.
Ah, there, there's a lot of great places in Allentown and Elmwood Village over there. Allen Street Poutine. There's a ramen place. Uh, Cole's. A lot of great restaurants in that area. So, anybody else?
I think like if you want a solid Italian food, chefs or Ilio de Palos are definitely a good go-to in Buffalo.
Yes, Ilio DiPaolo. He's a wrestler. Um, he has a great restaurant. In fact, William and Adam know this one really
Hmm.
well because that's where we had our cross country banquet. Good
Yep.
stuff. Hey, great food. Four-course meal, all that good stuff. Not a fan of chefs though. For our senior trip for high school, we went there, and I don't know if Brent and Chris were on it. Um, you guys go?
Not on the senior trip. All that was a waste of money, in my opinion.
It was. We
I'd
were supposed to
rather
go to
go
like
there
New
for
York City or Chicago or something. We ended up going to Buffalo.
Yeah, I didn't go either.
Ah, so
Wow.
yeah. So I'm just gonna say that the pork chops we had there. Um, don't know if they're supposed to be purple inside, but all of our pork chops were in fact purple. A lot of us thought, hey, our school color is purple. What if they're just putting the food dye in there? I don't think that's how it works. But Shaylin has responded. He said he was thinking of it recently, but when I go to Cracker Barrel, I create a pot roast dish there that's pretty good. But I don't think I can list a favorite restaurant. But I was craving that dish this week. Whoever has a good pot roast. Ah, yes, pot roast is awesome. I love pot roast as well. You know who's a good pot roast? Denny's. Surprisingly, Denny's has the best pot roast I've ever had. Like, I don't know what's in it, because, I didn't make it. I don't have the ingredients, but it's good. It's good stuff. Anybody else got some favorite stuff?
Have you guys remember this last year? Logan, well, everybody went to Danny's by the airport,
Oh,
the
yeah,
salad
yeah.
bar. That's always a classic. They got different dishes. You can get American food or Italian there, but in the salad bar. But I think that's probably one of my top restaurants I like here in Buffalo.
Ah, yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, we got three people left.
I
When
mean,
we're
you
talking
know,
about no, me, stop, shut up.
go ahead.
When we got talking restaurants, I mean fast food. I'm a Chick-fil-A or a Chipotle kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sit down restaurant wise, the only not that it's a favorite, but it's probably the best place I've had here recently. So I'll consider it a favorite. It's called Twisted Root. It's a burger place. They make their own pickles and their own root beer. It's if you ever get down to the area, I would highly recommend it.
Ah, absolutely. That
Sounds
sounds
really good, actually.
great. Yeah, might have to go out there one day. All right, which one of you two wants to go next?
Well, I guess I will. I was gonna say, I don't really like anything out of the ordinary, but I guess close to Buffalo, the one place that I went to a couple of times there is because I like their fries and their chicken subs and stuff. Fucking Ellie's,
Edie's.
Edie's, that's what it was. Edie's, yeah. They have
Edie's.
really good fries, surprisingly.
Yeah, funny story about Edie's. I forgot who was all with us, but we were standing outside waiting for our order, and this dude came by.
Oh, I remember this story.
He wanted
I
to buy
was there
some
too.
death sticks, but he wasn't selling us death sticks, so we told him no. Um, yeah, he came by and started praising the Lord with us, trying to get us to go do whatever he wanted us to do. I can't remember, but we
He trying to
basically
sell
said
Jesus to
no.
us, and
Yeah,
I
it
asked
was.
him, "What do you know about Jesus? Maybe I know more about Jesus."
Oh, I still remember this so well. It's so funny. It was Logan, Austin, and I think it was Eli and I. And as he was trying to preach to
Think and
us,
Joseph too.
yeah, I think it was too. And as he was trying to preach to all of us, you literally have Austin casually just standing right next to him,
Vaping.
vaping, and literally just
Yeah,
blowing it.
fully in
And
the
it's
dude's face.
oh,
Oh, I remember
I
that.
was like,
Yes.
"If you
I
really
I
love Jesus,
literally
show me you
laughed
can
at the
turn the
dude.
other cheek."
It was so funny.
Oh, yes. Good times. Good times. While Brent's still maybe thinking, I don't know. Shay said there was a food vendor at the Erie County Fair that had pot roast, but he doesn't think they were there the last couple of years. I don't know, but I can tell you, pot roast is good. So, Brent, let's wrap it up.
Yes, I don't really like fast food, but my favorite sit down like elegant dinner is obviously melting pot. And then my favorite like just to sit down because they have good food and good dessert is definitely Tully's.
Mm-hmm. That is a top favorite all around is Tully's. Melting pot, as we know, Brent loves it. And let me tell you, the duck is spot on. But you can create your own meal there. Do whatever you want with it. Cook it how you want it because you got to cook it yourself. But it's all for the experience. And let me tell you, I love it just as much as Brent does. But I don't go there all the time. Um, it's a little bit of a drive. Takes like 2 hours to do, and it's about $100 for two people. So,
More like 200 with a tip.
gee, yeah, it is quite expensive. Um, but we'll go back again to our original statement. Now that we've explained a lot of Buffalo culture, Buffalo foods, and a little bit of outsiders, we'll go back around the board again. Do you guys believe Buffalo has the best food? Starting with Austin.
I don't think we have the best food, but I think we have a lot of the top contenders in most categories that you would go for saying really good, close to the best food. There's some places I think that do, Mexican authentic food better, like closer to Texas. But I mean, we do wings the best, I feel like, in my opinion.
Mhm.
We do really good pizza, especially down in New York City. We do the best pizza, I feel like. But
Ah, yeah.
I don't know.
Chris?
What Buffalo is known for, they do the best, but there is definitely better food out there.
Salad, salad. I like it. Brent.
I'd say it's probably top 10, but no, not the best.
What would you list ahead of them?
You're saying best out of the
Got
United
'em.
States or all around the whole entire country?
Repeat that sentence back to me, but slower.
Wait a minute. I mean, all around the world. My bad.
In the United States.
Okay, in the United States,
Obviously, Chinese American is not going to outbeat China.
yeah. Okay, if you're just doing the country, mm, yeah, I'd say it's probably the best. But if we're talking globally, um, I'm an Italian kind of guy, so I think Italy with
Ah,
that pasta,
oh yeah.
I think that's got to beat. But
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. William.
Um, again, probably the same thing as what everybody else is saying. Not like the best of the best, but they do have a lot of certain foods that I would say it would be the best,
Ah,
particularly wings. So
yeah. Shaylin has commented. He said it's pretty good food, but he hasn't traveled around enough to really give an answer. Julia.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't traveled anywhere either that I have enough to know. Um, but I feel like we do have quite a range of diverse places.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you find the right place to make the right kind of cuisine, you're probably going to get some authentic stuff around here.
Yeah, there's a lot of hidden gems in the inter parts of the city, maybe even the outskirts and beyond. Something that you might not get offered somewhere else. So, Adam, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I would say I've been to a few states and I know Canada and other countries, but I think each, if you separate it for food wise, if you have your own opinion, I think they're separated by each entity. I think you have your own different like hot spots where people enjoy the certain cuisines and what they prefer and what they don't prefer. So, for example, I was in Miami visiting my aunt in Florida last summer, and I had chicken wings down at this burger place, and my uncle was like, "Oh, these chicken wings are good." I'm like, "Well, they're not as good as buffalo wings." So
Yeah.
it's like I think you have your own preference where you think where you live. I think that's where it comes down to how you have your own opinion
Mm-hmm.
on which like culture, like food wise, uh, what you like better and what you don't like.
Yeah. So this is going to the peanut gallery as well. Do you guys think that Buffalo, though, is a region, is the most culturally diverse region as far as food? Don't all answer at once.
I'll start with that. Definitely not.
Ah, what do you
The
think outbeats it?
DFW Metroplex, just by itself, and I'm not saying this is the most diverse, is more populated than all of the major cities combined. Not combined, but in total. There is like 20 million people in the Metroplex here alone, and you can't not be diverse with that.
That is true. I mean, same with New York City, you can go with that as well. Um, Obviously, New York City has quite a lot of people and quite a lot of districts and towns and whatever you want to call it, territories that have their own cultures within that are very authentic compared to here. Um, So, who's next?
Yeah, I'd say we're outclassed by, places like Italy, Paris, yeah, places that hit the needle just a little bit better than we do with a little bit of diversity. New York City actually is going to be a little bit more diverse, but I'd say that
That
compared to
is
every other capital, we have a lot more diverse population and food in one small area than compared to some places.
that is interesting that you say that. Paris and Italy have a very diverse. I don't know if you get Mexican over there, or Asian.
I'm sure you can find some things there.
Adam,
Being City being oh wait what
like the
I would
most
say
diverse in food related.
the most diverse. Uh I would have to go with probably just the aspects of the different types of Asian cuisine and the Mexican cuisine is probably the most diverse. Um,
Yeah, I
I
like
might
it.
have just been
I
to
like it.
different states. Yeah, I think because I've been in different states before and tried different ones, but obviously I think each of them are unique because how they make it, prepare it, can differentiate between those two. But I think Mexican and probably Asian Thai cuisine is probably most diverse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, we got four people left out of the four. Who wants to go?
I mean, I really don't know what to answer. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
All right, Brent and Julie, you guys are left.
What was the question?
Do you believe that Buffalo is the most diverse in terms of food wise? Like you can go down the street and go to a nice ramen restaurant. You can go to a nice Indian restaurant if you wanted to across the street, or even next door to the Indian restaurant. You can go down and get a nice Italian dinner, some pasta, or in the next block over, you
No.
go over, go somewhere else,
Yeah,
get
I get what you're
something.
saying. No, I don't think. I think New York City is the most diverse.
Yeah, that is true. So how about outside of like the city?
Um, I still think. Well, yeah, nobody's ever gonna outside the Buffalo, New York City area. Nobody's gonna have that, you know, pizza and stuff like that, the wings. But L.A., Los Angeles is pretty diverse also.
Yeah, yeah. One thing about Allen Street and Elmwood Village in that area, that's exactly what I was just saying. Like you can go next door and you want this, you go here. You want this, you go here. You want this, you go there. It's insane. Shailene also brings up New York City. Yes. Obviously, we all know that that is the most culturally diverse place in the whole United States. It's in fact the melting pot of the United States, and the melting pot is the United States. So it's a melting pot inside a melting pot, which somehow relates to Brent being his favorite restaurant, the melting pot, where things melt in a pot. So, Julia, what do you think?
Um, we're definitely not the most diverse, but we are probably one of the most diverse. We're not on top, but we are. I'm gonna assume that we're probably like maybe top five.
Ah, there you go. So, any last words on is Buffalo have the best food? Does Buffalo have the best food?
For what they do, yes.
All right.
For everything else, no.
All right. So, if anybody has any comments, we got 6 viewers right now. If anybody has any comments, leave them down below, and we'll try to get them real quick. But we can go on forever about food because who doesn't love food? So we'll discuss what our next topic will be. Anybody have any thoughts on what our next podcast topic should be? I can go back to our list real quick and send it off. So we still have 2 more podcasts for the bonfire ideas and everything and memories. Of course, we got to try and get our boy Aaron going. He finally responded to us in the group chat. It's been a while. But I have one already made for a podcast topic of is it okay for men to be feminine? That one might be coming up. We got a few other guests coming on that one as well. But we also have some other ones. So I'll list them off for you guys real quick since we got the majority of people that are in them right now. So what topics would you like to get into next? We have Call of Duty. We have Are Kids Smarter Than Their Parents? Josh Allen. Embarrassing moments. Gender, sports culture, inflation. Does the type of music we listen to shape us? Issues in the education system. What makes a good leader? Tom Brady, and is it okay for men to be feminine? Which one would you guys like to see next?
I personally I have my bias, but I would like to uh, talk about either the education system or men are feminine. That's something that I would personally go more into details about, but that's just my
All
personal
right.
preference.
All right. Anybody else?
What were the other choices other than those two? There's like Call of Duty.
Yep. Call of Duty, which all of us, well, mainly all of us, besides 2 of us here, 3 of us, I should say, are Call of Duty players. Some of us more avidly than others. Tom Brady, Josh Allen. So sports talk. What makes a good leader? Um, of course, college moments we're gonna have to save for all just the college people.
Yeah, when everybody's graduating.
Um, does the type of music we listen to shape us? The inflation, gender, sports, culture, embarrassing moments. Are kids smarter than their parents? And I did have another one on here, the military. Still trying to get one other person for that, unfortunately. It's taking a bit longer than I wanted to. But yeah, those are the main topics. And there actually is another one. This one is labeled as Bonfire Moments the third, but it will actually just be open to everybody as well as what is one thing in your life that has changed you for the better? So those are the podcast topics.
That's a good one. I'd say the leader one's a good one. I'd like to see that one sometime soon. What makes a good leader? Embarrassing moments. That sounds. Uh,
All right.
for that feminine one, if William's in it, make sure I'm in it, please. I have some controversial topics to talk about.
All right.
But
We'll
other than
turn them
that,
rational.
oh, of course,
I'm
most
not
the
too
most.
big on sports, but I'll take anything
Yeah,
else.
All
that's
right.
what I'm saying.
All right.
For
I'll
that, you
come
got a
up
nice
with
variety.
a nice list. I know some of us are more into sports than others. I know Adam and I are obviously very much into sports. So we're gonna gang together for some sports ones. Brent and Chris, how about you guys?
You know I'm always down for Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yep.
And Chris.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right, Marshawn. So, on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave that like, subscribe down below, and don't forget, tune in whenever we do another one. I don't know when it's going to be. Hopefully soon. I'll have the nice teaser out a week before, like I did this time. And be sure to come in for live streams, mainly every Wednesday morning, starting about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whichever time I feel like getting up in the morning. and new video coming out the 2nd. So 2 more days, another video will be released. So go check it out. And does anybody have any last words before we get on out of here for tonight after 2.5 hours of this awesome podcast? It went very well compared to last time.
Let's end this sucker.